Hello, we are Skindred.
Guten Tag.
And you're watching Ramsey.
This song is called Warning, 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 Warning. Stay down, bitches! Get up!
Is this your first time at Redfest?
First time playing. I came as a punter last year.
Oh yeah,
I came to check it out, see what it was like.
Yeah, how did you find it?
I thought it was great. They sort of asked us to play last year when I was here. They said, "Oh, do you want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, it's pretty cool."
Excellent.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's brilliant.
dreams come true, right?
These like smaller festivals are good because people who can't afford to go to the bigger festivals get to see bands they want to see.
Yeah, it's cosy here. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's got a cool little vibe, good little family vibe.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
these things.
It's really nice.
Food's always really good at these things as well. Have
Yeah,
you noticed?
it's like local,
Yes,
good
which I
food.
think is really good. Instead of just like the rank little rat burgers, you get like the nice,
It makes it
a bit more uptown, doesn't it?
Now I'm sure most people know, but if you could kind of describe what the Newport helicopter is.
Well, it was born a few years ago. Benji, our singer, is pretty out there with his ideas sometimes. He doesn't always let us know what he's going to do. So I think the first time he did it was a bit of a surprise to us, but I think he basically borrowed it from like an old school hip-hop type thing. I can't remember who it was. Do you remember who it was? It was someone specific, someone he was into.
It's a raise the roof moment.
Yeah, and like, it's an old school thing that's been happening for a while, but I think the whole Newport helicopter thing was like, right, at the climax of the set, everyone in the crowd either takes a t-shirt off, a jacket, or some piece of clothing, a bag, and then waits for him to count it in, and then they go absolutely nuts.
And it looks crazy,
Yeah, I mean-
especially somewhere like Download Festival where there's so
Yeah, when
many
you've got like
people.
70,000 people doing it, it's like...
Yeah, and we get the best view.
Yeah.
Because we get to see it all.
Yeah, I've
so-
seen those ones on YouTube of people doing it in the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous. Like, people
Yeah.
are like ducking these sleeves, like swatting them in the face and stuff.
I remember
it looks
being.
great from over here.
I was at Download one year. I can't remember what year it was, but we weren't particularly watching anyone, and then we've just looked around, and everyone's got all their clothes in the air, and it's just going. We
Yeah.
thought, what's going on over there? And it just made everyone draw in, and everyone came and watched you
I
guys.
think we've done it at Download now 3 times. We
Yeah.
did it in 2011, 2012, and then this year. This year was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, the birth of 2011 was good.
Yeah. I think you had a British.
Second coming.
You kind of had a British thing going on that year, I think.
Yeah,
That-
Benji like
yeah.
the Union Jack thing, and
Yeah.
Spotted.
Yeah.
we were all in like blue and white, little bits of red, something like that. Union Jack.
Do you often do themed?
Motifs.
We used to. They've gone wrong a few times.
And then sometimes someone doesn't get the memo.
Yeah.
They all turn up in one thing, and then one person turns up in something else. It's like, oh shit.
We did it in 2012. It was all supposed to be gold. And we had this big gold backdrop,
And it didn't turn up.
and the backdrop didn't turn up, so we looked like absolute dickheads with this gold stuff with no gold.
Yeah, and this massive gold backdrop that never showed up.
I know, I wore those Primark women's trousers. Like, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I had
Excellent.
gold trousers.
I'm quite actually interested to see what Benji's outfit is today, because I know over the years he's had some quite
Yeah.
different things
It's
going
pretty
on.
flamboyant, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
we sort of tame it down a little bit now. Yeah.
I know like you're kind of a band that say you're not really following trends or anything, you kind of do your own thing, but then I feel like you guys are trendsetters now, in a way.
Madman.
So, yeah.
Well, that's a very nice compliment. I think it's like we've always said we never wanted to follow. It'd be right. It's better to lead.
But now you're at this
But, like,
point.
If
Yeah.
people are following us, then that's cool.
The
Yeah.
idiots.
Well, do you know what? It might make for some interesting music. Really.
Yeah.
It's weird if people say they're into our band and then they play it. It never usually sounds. Well, I think it's going to
Yeah.
sound like
Well, actually, one thing that I wanted to talk about was kind of your unique sound. I think it's something that people don't mimic Skindred. They don't copy you guys. Why do you think that is?
It's hard. I think
It's a weird one, isn't it? I think it's quite a unique chemistry we got going on. We're all really different people.
I
All
think
into
with
different
Benji,
things.
you've got someone who's a one-off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like he's a one-off, not just as a frontman and singer, but as a person, where he's from. His story's really interesting, and I think in rock music, there aren't that many black frontmen anyway.
Yeah.
And then you've got a black guy with the reggae roots, punk rock roots. It's like, I
think a big part of it as well is that a lot of people want to kind of, they claim to sort of have this kind of background, like so they're from the streets or whatever, and it's rubbish. Whereas like Benji's like the real deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's properly from a really rough part of South Wales, and he's surrounded by all that stuff. Always has been, and it's like has a massive effect on what he's into musically and all that sort of side of things. And so I think it's kind of genuine. All that kind of urban sort of sound and stuff that is really coming from, is really real. It's not like fabricated or like, you know, do you know what I mean? It's not rubbish, it's real.
It's never a focus for him to try and do that. That was the thing.
But you see some people doing that, and it's like seems really disingenuous.
You know when you watch X Factor and they've got the judges and they're just going, just be you, be yourself. You know what I mean? And the guy's, I am being myself, and he sounds like everyone else.
Yeah.
That's Benji. He just does his own thing. He is being himself, and I think that reflects us when we're writing music with him. It's, you know, it's pretty easy, to be honest. It's not.
I think people who would say maybe might be influenced by us, I'm doing that a lot. People who would say
it's loud, isn't it? You want people to know you're in quotation.
I'm quoting currently, end quote. I think that when people try and do a similar thing, it's either too reggae or too metal, and like we're never really trying to do one or the other. It's not like we're not all as massively into metal, massively into reggae. So we're into all kinds of stuff, and it's weird chemistry.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think with Benj, if you get him singing on anything, it's going to sound like Skindred.
Yeah,
do you know
it
what
always
I'm saying?
will.
I mean, not to do us a disservice, but it's like, you know, we're bringing, you know, just a beat, you know, like a jungle beat. It sounds like Skindred when Benji's chatting over it, or a heavy metal guitar riff. You know, it's the thing. I get. It just, you know, binds the band rather than
the glue.
It's the glue, really. I think that would be the most consistent part of the band is his vocals. So
so it couldn't be Skindred without Benji.
He hasn't arrived yet, and he's close to arriving. So let's stop talking about him, because otherwise it'd be like, I want to be in it.
So I guess really the answer to my question is your secret is the fact that you guys are real and you're unique, and you just are honest. You're an honest band, and you don't try and be something.
We've never tried and move. We've always, you know, we've essentially done the same thing for 13 years, just doing what we do.
Yeah.
And the songs change, the sounds may change, but like the idea is the same idea.
Yeah.
And I think people have moved to us rather than us moving to people.
Yeah, and well, it's actually a really big thing now with people mixing genres, and I think that Skindred is a band that's majorly influenced that over the years. When you think back of what bands kind of really stood out to do that, you think Skindred. Do you think, you know, it is a big trend now for people to mix genres?
Yeah, I mean, I guess nowadays with the internet is that you can listen to music at a click of a button, and so you can be, you know, we're playing the main stage of this festival, and I think we're the only band that sound like us on the main stage, which is great. You know, it's like we're not in any scene, which I keep saying. It's like, it's just, we're very fortunate that we can do our own thing and be appreciated for doing our own thing.
So we reviewed your most recent album, Kill the Power, and we gave it a 9 out of 10. We thought it was awesome.
Thank you very much.
We actually said it was vigorous and radical.
Radical?
Yeah.
Radical.
Because, there's this whole thing going on with the imagery, the artwork for the album, and it's actually pretty much exactly the same as the Rock Against Racism in imagery used by the Tom Robinson Band in 1978. Was that a conscious decision?
First time I've heard of that.
Do you know what? I think that fist was just a strong. We knew that people could identify with it. I didn't know exactly what, but we knew people would identify with that imagery. It's about being strong, being empowered, all that sort of stuff. We wanted the music and the album to have the artwork to have a synergy.
Yeah.
So that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
We never knew that too. That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, our artwork guy Tim Fox, he's done our album artwork since Roots from Riot.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, we trust his vision and trust his thing. We just gave him a load of different ideas, and like, you know, we didn't want the album to be over politically.
Yeah, because it came across the way that I guess not everyone will know that from the 70s.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
something that we picked up
You've
on.
done your homework.
Yeah. So if you Google Tom Robinson Band from 1978, you will see that, and it's pretty similar.
I think that's cool. I think that makes it more fun for me, actually. Knowing that someone's referenced it for that before, that's really cool.
Yeah. What's kind of next for you guys? Is there any new releases on the horizon at this stage?
We're trying to get one step ahead of the game, really. I think we want to we want to increase our musical output. Yeah, I mean we're one of those bands. The first record came out, and then 5 years later you got the second. You know, we're quite slow usually because we're touring so much. I think this time we try and want to step it up. We've been writing already, and we're going to write some more. I mean, if we could have an album out next year, I don't know when, I would be happy. I'd like to have one out next year.
Yeah, that'd be good.
2 years is too long to wait nowadays. You know.
Yeah, it's hard to tour an album everywhere that we go and have the time to write and record and sort of hype it up to the release and stuff. Doing all that within a sort of 18-month window is quite difficult.
See, I don't think
we're trying to get a bit ahead with writing as much as we can.
I don't think the same rules apply anymore. That's my sort of theory behind it. I don't think the same rules if you write an album, you tour an album, you write the next album. I don't think that cycle thing really. I mean, we can tour wherever we want, out of cycle, on cycle. I think as long as we've got music to play and new music for ourselves and new music for the fans that want to listen to it, it's not like we're on a big label. We do our own thing. We can control it, and there are people that want to listen to our stuff, which is the best bit. But you don't have to do that typical, right, 2 months of this, a year of this. It can be...
Yeah, just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, you can have freedom.
See what happens next.
I think you need to engage your audience.
Yeah.
Just moving with the times and adapting, which I think you have to do.
Have I still got a blue tongue?
Yeah.
No, it's not grey now.
No, that's even worse.
It looks like box tongue.
So, have you guys had any new ideas for a next release, or is it very much kind of on the horizon? But
yeah, it's really early days. I mean, this album already came out in January, so it's like we're looking at what we enjoyed about this last record. Was ideas change. What we were listening to when we were doing this will be different when we're doing this next record. So I think
we started writing Kill the Power in what?
2012.
Yeah.
End of 2012.
And it takes a long time for you to actually, from writing, recording, to actually being happy with that finished product.
Yeah, we're all spaced out as well, like physically, not metaphorically. We are a bit metaphorical. We're all over the place in the UK, so physically getting together to write is kind of, we have to set aside time to do it as well.
Yeah.
You talk about concepts and ideas when you're on the road, and literally the other day Benji sent out an idea to something we jammed in the room, the three of us. He sent an idea out over the internet, and I went, that's great, so that's one in the bank.
Yeah.
We'll work on that when we all get together, so hopefully it will happen. I hate using this word, but organically.
Do you have any other shows that you're playing this year in the UK, or festivals?
We are doing festival,
and we've got a couple of
Halloween shows. We always play on Halloween. That's it's called Night of the Daily Dread. What's it called?
The Living Dread.
Night of the Daily Dread.
Are you going to dress up, or?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, always dress up. I find it difficult because I play drums in the band, and so it's like I've gone wacky before when sort of things haven't really worked out, so I might have to tone it down this year. I think.
Yeah,
I
just
went
go
as a woman last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're just a
Bearded
ghost.
lady.
I have to do beard-friendly costumes nowadays.
Yeah.
The beard can really throw it. I went
You
as
could be
Rambo last year, and it was
You
like...
could be a Viking quite easily.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you go as like Obelix or Asterix, one of those?
Like Gandalf.
Gandalf, yeah. Or,
Just
or Christopher
spray
Lee.
paint a white beard.
White cape. White wizard.
And a big orange beard. It'd be quite hard to play in all that though. Big wizard sleeves.
Be a bit like Ghost.
Yeah, they do it. They rock out as well. Weird. I'm gonna have to do my homework.
Just go as a ghost.